So when the opportunity came along to be involved in the pilot, we thought, great, because we think we're doing a good job, but it would be really good to hear from other people to validate if we are doing a good job, and also if our tenants think we're doing a good job. So we thought we would jump at the chance to be involved. It's just great to be recognised for something, that you're doing well. I think it's recognition for the staff in the team. I think we have a great TP team. They put a lot of effort in with tenants, and I think it's great for the tenants who give up their own free time to volunteer to be involved in scrutiny activities. For that to be recognised is excellent. And I'm hopeful that it could encourage other tenants to come along, so they know that it's not a tick box exercise, it's something that we're keen on, we're passionate on, and that hopefully that will encourage more people to be involved.
The pilot was really interesting because it was showing us as tenants, and probably Hillcrest staff as well, a way of looking at themselves more objectively, and they were able to maybe see things that they wouldn't otherwise have noticed, because it gave us the opportunity to see things from a different perspective, i.e. an outside organisation looking in. It gives us something to work for, because we're not bronze, but we're not gold. So it gives us a nice sort of middle balance, that there are things that we've done okay on, but there's also things that we can improve on. And again, it just gives us another goal to set.
I think tenant scrutiny gives you a whole different dimension on what you're doing. So I think it's given us a different take on it, so looking at things in a different way. Matching our documents to set criteria was very useful, and just looking at any gaps that we have just to make our scrutiny more robust. But I'm pleased to say I think we're quite on the way there, and it can only get better, it can only improve, and bring on more scrutiny.
By having 3 levels of awards, so bronze, silver and gold, it means there's something for everyone. So whether your organisation is just at a relatively early stage of the tenant scrutiny journey, or your frameworks and processes are really well developed, Scrutiny Approved can be for you. The beauty of this accreditation scheme is it can also help to highlight further areas for development, as this isn't just an award scheme but a unique development tool for tenant scrutiny. So the process kicks off by the tenants and landlords completing accreditation criteria. And this is effectively a self-assessment process, allowing you to gauge how effective your scrutiny arrangements are and what still needs to be developed. Following on from the self-assessment part of the process, there is then a desktop review of the submission and the accompanying evidence. We then undertake reality checks on what's been submitted, so we'd visit the landlord, we'd meet with relevant staff, with tenants and groups. And then there's a resultant report from that initial submission and these subsequent reviews, and we present that to an expert independent panel. And that's made up from officers and tenants from all across Scotland who have got valuable experience and insight into tenant scrutiny. And it's this independent panel who will determine the final award level.
The Gold accreditation for our tenants means that we are providing a service to our tenants that actually meets their requirements. We are listening to what tenants want, and we place them at the heart of the organisation. For staff, we have staff values which are focus, passion and inspiration, and the Gold accreditation means that we as staff members are delivering a service fit for the purpose of our tenants. The pilot process involved a self-assessment being written in conjunction with our tenants. We then submitted the self-assessment, and then on site came an independent advisor who looked at our processes, who looked at our self-assessment and made a judgment call as to say whether we were actually, what was on the tin was inside.
I think the accreditation is a great thing for us to achieve, as we originally had outlined ourselves as a silver, and to get a gold, which is the highest possible achievement, was absolutely outstanding. It does mean a lot to be rewarded for all the hard work and dedication that everyone's been involved with, and it means that hopefully we'll carry on getting gold.
The future for North Ayrshire Council means that we can actually build on what we've actually achieved and share best practice across the country. It's given us a self-assessment check. It's given us a health check as to where we are with our scrutiny and our whole customer involvement structures, and it lets us pave the way for the future for North Ayrshire Council.
Our tenants are all volunteers. They give up so much of their own time to help us out. We couldn't do this without them, and the Gold Accreditation is a fantastic award for them to get as an acknowledgement of all the hard work that they've been putting in.
We are all tenants. We are out there. We are in the communities. There has always been the opportunity for tenants to participate. They're always saying, if you want to volunteer, we're here. It's a great achievement because we are all ordinary tenants thinking that we're doing a wee bit. We didn't realise, oh right, I'm going to boast that we were as good as we are.
We can get too bogged down in the day-to-day nitty-gritty of what we do, and it's nice to take a step back and focus on the things that really matter, and that is what the accreditation process made us do.
Part of it was very well actually. It's quite good to have that wider input into seeing how we as a group work, but also in partnership with a landlord. I think it's a process that's been very, very good. It's interesting to see much data, information that needed required to get to this process to where we are today.
I would recommend it to other landlords. I think it's a worthwhile exercise. It gives some sense of purpose to the community who give up a lot of their time to work with us, and it lets them see that we're achieving things to a very high standard. I think it also gives us validation that we're taking this seriously, we are getting the most from the service, but it also gives us a baseline in which we can attract new people to come and work with us, because there's that recognition that we do scrutiny and we do it well.